Coach, reaction to this one?
Yeah, I mean, it starts and stops on the mound, and Matt Sauser, absolutely unbelievable. Moving the fastball around, the changeup was in play, slider when he wanted to, competed, pitched through some jams. If we execute a cut, I think he probably shuts him out to that point, and he still battled that part. And to have a guy go out there on a Sunday against a really good team and give his team a chance to win and basically win the game for us was great to see.
And that's what you expected, right, when you named him to start?
Yeah, well, I expected to see what he's been doing his last 3 or 4 outings, which was attacking and filling up the strike zone, and he's done it. He's worked hard for this opportunity, and I'm glad to see him get rewarded for that.
I was gonna say his first weekend start. Obviously, he had that stretch where he wasn't playing after Mama. What was it like to kind of see him evolve over the course of the season to this moment of career high for him?
Yeah, and this started in the fall. Like, he came in, worked really hard in the fall, was still cleaning stuff up in the spring. The outings got better and better as he made some adjustments, and I mean, he's worked for this. So you like to see the work that they put in show up on the field. It doesn't always work that way, and especially on your timeline, but it did today.
A complete turnover from the opening weekend series or opening starters. How different has it been, like getting such great starts for the last couple games?
Yeah, and those 3 sophomores, they've been working towards this, and when it was time to make that move and move on to those guys and put some guys in some different roles, I think they were ready for it, and they took the challenge this weekend, so it was nice to see.
TCU getting on the board first there in the top of the second. How would you say the team responded going into that bottom half where Sonny with a homer?
Yeah, and I think they were a little angry just because of some of the defensive stuff that we could have controlled to keep those runs off the board, and at some point you got to get up there and do something about it, and Sonny gets up there and takes a swing, and then first and third 2 outs, and Khalees puts a ball in play, and we're lucky enough to tie it up and off and running.
A series win, right? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a month of games where you think you have a shot to win, and then you're not playing well, and then you're scuffling and you're trying to figure it out. I'm just glad, win or lose, that looked like a UCF baseball team with the intent of everything that they were doing all week. And even though we lost Friday, I thought we defended, we battled, we didn't play well enough, but we were in it, we were focused. The look in the guy's face was the right look, and then that carried to Saturday, and we rolled right into today.
And speak about the quality of this opponent.
Yeah, really good. Like, you're talking about the guy we faced Friday night's as good as anybody you're going to face in the league. They're really good defensively all around the field. One of the best offenses you can face. To play at our level and to match up with them and then find ways to beat them too. You can play well and not beat a team like that, but we played well and we had chances to beat them. We did it.
And protect the home field, right?
Yeah.
That's so important in Big 12.
Yeah, because it's really hard to win on the road. So if you can't get something done at home, you're in trouble. And I thought our guys took that challenge today.
The power was back again this weekend here. Sonny and Willie, of course, homer today, but you had that bit of a low stretch over like the youth games. I want to say 21, like after game 20 there. So like, what was it like to kind of have the power back? How big is it to have that? Well,
that starts with the approach in the box, right? So the plate discipline, being able to decipher what you're throwing and making sure your intent's right. I think what you'll see with our team when the walks are up means we're locking in like we should be, having the correct plate discipline, and then the slug goes up. When we don't walk, we're not slugging. To me, those 2 things are correlated. When we're laying off the pitches we need to lay off of and really staying in the strike zone, we'll slug and we'll walk, and that's kind of what you saw the last 2 days.
What does it mean for this team to get a series win against such a quality opponent?
Well, I think it gets our guys back to believing in what we actually can be. Now, we got to continue to play like that, and the blueprint's there. Can we continue to do it?
Of course, you go on the road at FAU, you bring over West Virginia. Considering how the time with the scuffling, you still have some time to right the ship and try to make a run for the postseason. So, what do you want the team to take with them from this weekend through the rest of the season?
That's how we should play. That's what we're capable of. Can you do it day in and day out? And we're worried about playing FAU on Tuesday. That's what we're focused on.
You feel a corner's been turned now?
You would hope so, yeah. Like you saw that look in their face, like, okay, we're back. We can play with these guys. We can do the things we need to do. There was a confidence level in what we were doing, and I think at some point in the last week they said, screw it and let's just play baseball, and it turned out in our favor.
Yeah, the contrast there though is could you see in their faces maybe losing some confidence?
Yeah,
you
definitely did. Yeah, I got to walk out to that mound. Sometimes you look in their face when you feel like you're playing well enough to win some games, and then you don't win them at the end, and you start thinking about those things. It's 18 to 22-year-olds. It's our job as coaches to try to help them through that. And I've seen some of the older guys and even the younger guys start to help each other through that, which is way better than me helping them through it.
want to get back to Saucer really quickly. Obviously, you talk about how important Sundays are just in general for the team. How big was it to get 8 innings from your starter?
Yeah, and I think also the pace of it, right? When you're pounding the strike zone and everybody's involved and the defense is involved in what's going on, that makes Sunday a lot easier to play. And I mean, I don't know what we played that game, 2 hours and 20 minutes, and he was working fast. The infielders were working fast. They love playing behind that, and then you're back in the dugout, and that's how the game should be played.
If we told you Friday that between the next 2 days that you only have to use 2 relievers, what would you say?
Sign me up for that every day. I'm all for it.
Speaking of reliever scores, Alvon coming in, finishing it out with 2, striking out 2 of the 3. Just what would you see out of him?
Yeah, and comes into that spot, and honestly, he hasn't felt good all day, but he wanted the ball, and the punch out, and then the comebacker was a great play, and then the finish it on a strikeout, and then he goes right to the trash can and starts throwing up, and that's a senior leader out there trying to get a win for us.
And when you get pitching like this, it makes everything you do a lot easier.
Yeah, it makes me look a little smarter, and I sleep at night. It's good.
Okay, it's good.
Awesome. Congrats, guys.
Thank you guys.
So, Chappie.
Have a good one.